Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki, known here as the One-Handed Bandit. So I am going on a trip in a little while, and I was thinking of having travel size products, and I decided to do a video of items that are in my travel bag. Now, I don't have a pretty large travel bag because when I do travel, I like to relax and enjoy myself. I don't really want to focus on makeup too much. But depending on what type of trip I'm going on, sometimes I do go out to dinners and I want to get dolled up. So I do have some makeup items that I like to keep on hand. So I'm going to start out with skincare. Now, these items are not in my makeup bag. I typically keep them in my toiletry bag. So this is what I use every day. Body Shop Tea Tree Cleanser. And I use this whether I'm traveling or whether I'm home. And I used to use the toner that comes with this as well. But because I have dry skin, I don't like the way that feels on my skin. My skin feels very, very dry. It feels like if I smile, my face would crack. So what I have been using lately is also by the Body Shop, but it's the Seaweed Toner. So it is the Seaweed Toner by the Body Shop. And I just use that after I cleanse my skin. And I think I mentioned this before in my skincare video that I use the Clinique ID Gel Moisturizer as well. So once I use those three products, my face is pretty much ready for makeup. So this is my travel bag. This is where I keep pretty much the bulk of my makeup items. And if something is too large, I typically grab another bag just to put all of that in. I know I probably need to upgrade my travel set, but this is what I typically carry with me. So I like to use a neutral palette while I'm traveling because I can never decide what looks I want to do, which colors, and sometimes I try to match my colors with my outfits. And I'm normally, when I'm on vacation, I like to wear bright, colorful clothing, but I don't want to match it up with bright, colorful makeup. So my go-to is the Tarte Toasted palette. This palette has very neutral shades, and you can get a really, really nice look from these shades. So that goes with me every time. If I'm staying overnight anywhere, I have this palette with me. I typically travel with two different foundations. I use one that is waterproof, and that is the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Wear Foundation. I am in this shade Maple. And this is waterproof and transfer resistant because when I'm on vacation, I typically just like to put on foundation and concealer, and I'm that girl that goes to the pool with a full face of makeup on. I really don't go too many places without makeup. If you see me without makeup, I'm probably not feeling very well, which is sad to say. And another thing that I took with me on my last trip was my Milk Makeup foundation. This foundation is absolutely amazing. I love this foundation. I love the coverage. I love the way that it looks on my skin. So these two foundations always travel with me unless I get something that I'm trying out or something that I recently have loved. I'll probably replace the Milk with that product. My Versali Rose Gold Skin Mist goes with me everywhere. I don't like it to set my face, but I do like it for primer. Even though this is a versatile product, The way that I like to do my makeup, to me, my makeup looks better when I use it as a primer. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people set their makeup with it, but I like to prime with it. And no matter where I go, my Anastasia Amrezy highlighter goes everywhere with me. This highlighter can never do me wrong. I always have this in my stash with me. And also, I always carry my Got2b glue just to glue down my baby hairs, or to stick down my unit. That always goes in my bag. And for lips, I always take these two lip products with me, which is the Artist Couture lip gloss in Sugar Baby and the Fenty lip gloss in Fussy. I kind of like pinky tone lip glosses when I travel. I don't really go into lipsticks too much, and like I mentioned before, if I want to get dolled up and I'm going on a nice dinner, I always go with a red lip, and my go-to red lip is by Colored Rain, and this is in the shade Cherry Blossom. And to pair with my lip gloss, I always go with a brown liner, and my go-to brown liner is by the Crayon Case in the shade Bear. I always carry a mascara to travel. Well, this doesn't go on there. I don't know where this top goes to. But I also travel with a mascara. I normally don't take one of my favorite mascaras. I'll just take something that I have that I just want to hurry up and use up. And as a blush, I have this sample size of the NARS Orgasm blush, and it's a really small size. You can barely get a blush brush in here, but I like to take this with me for travel for blush, because I normally always forget blush, so I always put this in my bag. And for concealer, I take my Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer. I use this religiously, even when I'm here at home filming for you guys. I always use the Milani Conceal and Perfect. And for setting powders, I do have a travel size of the Fenty setting powder. This is in the shade Cashew, and I take this as well. It sets under my eyes as well as the rest of my face, so it does have dual uses. And depending on the weather, I also use it underneath my makeup as well to set my primer. And I also take a beauty blender with me. If it's not a beauty blender, it is a beauty sponge. Maybe it's the one from Beauty Bakery, their beauty sponges. I use those as well, but this time it's a beauty blender sponge. And for primers, I have a travel size of the Embryolisse. And I love this primer. I love the way that it makes my makeup look and has my skin very moisturized and hydrated. Now for setting sprays, I use the Cover FX Ultimate, what is it called? The High Performance Setting Mist. And this locks your makeup in place. It pairs very well with the Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation. I do maybe 4 layers of setting that foundation, and it pretty much locks it in place for hours upon hours in the sun, in the pool, all of that. And then in my travel bag, I also have just some miscellaneous products. I have like my brow kit, a sharpener, some lip balm. I love the Jack Black lip balm. I have my my sharpener for, you know, my lip liners and things like that. And I also carry a sample of my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. That's one of the things that I love about the Sephora samples. They are very good with trying out products and also using the samples, especially the deluxe size. using them as travel items in your makeup kit. And the last thing that I have is a gloss by Ruby Kisses, and it's just a clear gloss from the beauty supply store. I think it was like $1. Sometimes I like just a clear gloss on my lips, especially after washing my face after a full day, and now my face is dry, my lips are also dry, so I just put this on my lips before I go to bed. So that is it. That is all that I carry in this cute makeup bag. I want to upgrade my makeup bag because I want to carry more products, and sometimes I do switch out the products. I do switch out the palette, but most of the time the Tarte Toastlet is always going with me, and I might pop in a colorful palette in there as well. If you're interested in this eye look, it will be in the next video that I will upload, and this will probably go up on Monday, so this full face look will go up on Wednesday. If you enjoy these types of videos, give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. I hope that you have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.